let's get to it. Welcome to Moon Magic and Mindfulness with Grace. So excited that you're here. It is Moon Day, September 26, 2022, the day after the new moon in Libra. And the thing about Libra is that, as we know, it's the scale, right? And so Libra is all about balancing the scales. How are you keeping track of things in order not to lose your mind? In order not to tilt a little bit towards one side and not the other. You know, the spectrum of empathy versus apathy comes to mind. The reason why I bring that up is because of the spectrum. So we're talking about balancing the scales, right? Because the new moon is in Libra. The spectrum of tilting towards how we suffer deeply, especially if you're an empath, right? Or how we get to tilt to the other side of the scale and detach from things. So it's like all of these things that we tend to attach our thoughts to, like the women in Kabul or the war in Iran or the war in Ukraine, all of this that's going on. Remember, as above, so below. So I need to be able to create distance from everything that's going on in my head so that I can really take care of what's going on in my in my earth environment, right? In my surroundings. And so that's a Libra question. How am I balancing my emotional state so that I am straddling that line between emotional attachment and emotional detachment in order to just be? That's the beauty of it. Thank you. Hello, Melanie. Thank you. That's the beauty of it. How do you do that, right? And some of the questions that I'm really interested in proposing to you tonight so that you ponder them or answer them or journal about them. We're going to be journaling in a few minutes, and then we're going to paint because, as you know, that's what we do in our show. How are you striking a balance between your professional life and your social life or your family life, especially if you work from home? What are the boundaries that you're putting in place, or are you struggling with that? And the thing is that some of these answers are not really like a one and done and that's it, that's the boundary. For some people, this may take 3 years to figure out. This may take, months to figure out, experiment after experiment after experiment. Let me try this, let me try that. Asking those types of questions. Do I want to be talking about this right now? Is this the right time to be talking about this? You know, is there something more important we should or could be talking about right now? All of those questions are kind of like the perspective. You are detaching to be able to look at things with an objective lens to see what would work better right now. Then let's go ahead and try that, as opposed to, this is what I want to talk about. We're just going to talk about this because I'm fixated on it and I don't care about anything else and I don't care where we are. We're just going to talk about this until we figure it out. Well, you know, that sounds kind of like a bit desperate, doesn't it? And it sounds like even just pretending right now, I already felt it in my chest. Empath problems, right? And so Libra season is all about that. Dun, dun, dun. It's also about, let's see, striking a balance between all of the efforts that you're putting, you know, out there for something that you thought was serving you well, and now you realize it may not be serving you well. So what are you going to do about it? Right? It's like, do I put all these efforts on this side of the balance, but I'm not getting the same effort in return? So it's like not balanced, right? That's the word of the day, right? And so we want to be able to be matched with the same energy or with the same type of appreciation or with the same type of love. Because otherwise, then we're just giving it all away. And I'm not trying to sound like it's transactional, far from it. I'm simply trying to create an awareness of the fact that because we don't need to do things alone, everything becomes a collaboration. And if it's a collaboration, then we try together and we see how it goes, right? And of course, I'm not saying either that it has to be 50-50, especially in relationships. If he's sick, I have to pick up the slack. If I'm sick, he picks up the slack, so on and so forth. So many variables. But you get what I mean when I say that it's Libra season, and what is serving you and what isn't, and what are you going to do about it? Ponder that in your life. Maybe it's an idea that you had, that you thought of doing a project that maybe you're just not getting the feeling of like it's the right time to do it. And all of these questions are important for everything that you're doing, your relationships. And I don't mean love relationships, I mean your friendships, the people that you're spending your precious time with. So if you have children in school and you need to spend time with other moms, is that dynamic really serving you, or is there something better that you could be doing with your time? So are you strategizing your life in a way that really serves you, not just now, but in the future, right? How are you coming up with the decisions that you make on the daily? Because there's no time to waste. We're adults. We're not getting any younger, right? So to really ponder some of these questions is what this show is about. Yay! With that said, if you would like to come up, I would love to hear from you. I'm just going to invite a few people over here. I'm inviting some of you in case you want to share and tell us what you are hoping to create this week. What are you looking forward to? And even more so, for the benefit of the listeners, how are you striking a balance between, your social life and your personal life, or all of those things? Hello, Rowena. Welcome. How are you doing tonight?
I'm great. I'm in Australia, so it's
Oh,
lunchtime
it's
here.
Tuesday. Yes, welcome.
Yeah,
Mel M is
thanks. And
also
I've
in
just
Australia.
Oh, great. Hi, Mel. I have just come back from a women's retreat, which was amazing. And my intention this week, as I took 2 weeks off work, was to actually I've been doing a lot of journaling today, and I'm just so excited to jump into your session. It's just resonating on many, many levels. So thank you so
Mhm.
much.
Oh, I love
But
that.
my
Thank you.
intention this week is to start birthing the idea of a book that I've been wanting to write for some time. And so that is my intention this week, is to allow the components of that to come through while I'm having quiet time and reflection and creating space for it.
Mm. Oh, that resonates with me too. I've been journaling about the book, the book, the book. So let's put the book all over the journal. Book deal.
Yep.
Let's throw the word deal out there, right? If you want to get published with
Yep.
a publisher, yes. So book deal, and the structure of it. What does this book look like?
Hmm.
Love it.
Yeah, definitely. I've already started seeing the structure of it, which is interesting. It's definitely playful, definitely interactive, fun, um, uh, like a playbook, essentially, a playbook. Yeah, yeah.
That sounds so much fun. A playbook for adults?
A playbook for adults. Yeah, for um, for designing your own life, really. Yeah,
Oh, that
yeah.
sounds wonderful. Everybody, give her a clap. I'm so excited for this book already. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you so much for being
Thanks,
here. Yeah,
thanks,
and
Rachel.
what else are you looking forward to this week aside from planting those seeds of intentions for your book?
I'm looking forward to some reconnection with some friends that I haven't seen for a while, and I'm also looking forward to some more pampering. So having some body work, which will be
Mm.
amazing.
Yes, yes. And in keeping it with the vibe of the Libra season, if I may, it's
Mm,
so interesting that you just came from a retreat. So you were indulging in that self care. and you were
Yeah.
indulging in that deeper connection. So now that you're coming back to your day-to-day environment, it's like, the as above was your retreat and now so below is like your real life, right? So how can you strike a balance between that wellness, bliss, and your real day-to-day life? That's a great question to ask yourself this week so that you can keep, pondering moments where you can just relax and hopefully keep that going continuously, to avoid burnout and to avoid all of the stress that comes from creating. And at the same time, the other side of that coin is opening up for all of those ideas for your book. So excited.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's such a great reminder because it is so good when you go away and have those, really
Mm-hmm.
deep experiences, but it is always that challenge when you come back to real world to integrate and to allow some of that to filter through the day to day. Yeah,
Exactly. Yes. So how can you bring some of that retreat with you every day and just carry it through? That would be
fantastic. Thank
awesome.
you.
Yes, you're very welcome. This is what Moon Magic and Mindfulness is all about. It's really about the moon because we meet on moon days. And then in the full moon and the new moon, the magic of strategizing, right? The magic of putting all of these pieces together like a spell and then seeing the beauty that comes out of it. And then mindfulness, of course, because we are being mindful of life. We are being mindful of each other, of our community. And I'm going to walk you through a meditation in a few minutes. So everything just comes together beautifully.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad I found myself here today.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to sharing many conversations with you.
Express your
Yes, of course. Thank you so much. So now we have Diana. Welcome. How are you doing, my friend?
I am fabulous. How are you doing?
I'm fabulous too. It's so awesome. So I love ending my moon days with all of you.
So I have a couple things that I'm looking forward to. One is you being on my show next week. So that's
Yes.
exciting. But for this specific upcoming week, I have two things that are very specific. One is I am working with another creator. She is in the process of writing her book. She is the great great granddaughter of Frances Hodgson Burnett. I have to get
Mm.
that name right. But the woman who wrote The Secret Garden, right? Everybody knows that book. And A Little Princess, right?
I know. I love it
So,
so much.
right. So we connected a few years back. I was on her podcast. She came and did an interview here recently with me on Fireside. She did a show. And one of the topics that we tended to gravitate towards when we're working together is meditation. For her, it's very fascinating and out in space somewhere. But she said God keeps calling her to it. Um, so we are working together with her process, which she just sent me one of the chapters in her book, to create a guided meditation based on her process and my NLP and some other areas that I've gotten certifications in. So this week is about creating a meditation that I'm going to do based on her framework and specifically for her, using the language for her process and visualization. And then we're going to
Mm.
test it out on her and see how she likes it, and then we'll work from there. So that's something very specific to this week that is for this week. And then I also am in the process of helping plan a retreat, a women's retreat. So I was interesting that Rowena just brought this up because this has been something for years that I've wanted to do, working with a fellow coach, and we are doing it on January 6th. So
I love that
it,
day.
yes, it turns out that it works out that it's Epiphany, which I'm
That's
not,
right.
I don't necessarily, I don't know all the stuff in that regard. I'm not in that world,
Well, I can tell
but
you all about it.
okay. Okay. I know you can. So it's great. You can talk to me some more about that. But the thing about it is, we, it worked out for that weekend. And so we're doing it there. helping. It is for women who we're focusing in on women who serve. So, and I think they are also, to your point, empaths. And so this is going to be nurses and teachers, moms, caretakers, people who find themselves in those places where they're always serving and maybe not, like you said, the over and the under, not filling their own cup back up.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
that energy that has to equal, like you said, in a collaboration, and they wind up finding themselves pouring more than they're filling. And
Right.
so that retreat is going to be based on that. So we do have the date set. We are actually just in the very end stages of finalizing some of the amenities and perks that we're giving the people who are staying for the full retreat, because we
Mm-hmm.
are going
Mm-hmm.
to probably open up one day for people to come for the day and join in on a workshop.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just finalizing those little bit of touches so that on October 1st we can start opening this up. It's going to be very small, and we have a wait list already, so we may fill up pretty quickly, but we'll be putting it out there for pre-sale, well, for early bird specials starting, I think, October 1st. But that is another thing that I got to finalize this week as far as the
Mm-hmm.
details are concerned. We got to wrap those up, you know.
Yeah, that
So
sounds
those are
like
the
a
two things.
lot. Yes.
It is a lot, but
That's
it's fun.
plenty.
I like when I have a lot, but in this creative arena, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it just fills me up a little bit more than doing the books, you know.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, yes, absolutely. I mean, let me tell you, it's there's a reason why the joke is I quit my 9 to 5 and now I work 24/7.
Right.
And the reason why that's a joke that totally applies is because it's the whole thing about working 24/7 for something that truly resonates, for something that really touches your soul. It's not so much work. And this is what happens with me and my content creation. I get a lot of comments like, you must be so busy, and I don't know how you do it all. And I'm like, I just do it all with love, and it all just falls into place, right? Because
Right.
it's just that's just how we are doing it. So I commend you for all of these projects. And the new moon is the moment to ponder what is the complete success of this retreat. This is what you want to journal on today. So if it's a full sale of 50 seats or 100 seats, or is it a monetary value, you want to just ponder, like, what does the full success look like to me? Let's plant those seeds in the new moon. What is the best amenity that you could even dream of, right? Then let's just throw it out there and see what happens. Maybe you get it at a discount. Maybe you get it for free. Maybe you get it because you can afford it. But dream big. That's what the new moon is about, because here we plant the seeds. And look, I love that you're interviewing and working with this person from the Secret Garden. I forgot her name right now, but I'm obsessed with gardens and flowers and growing and just planting little seeds and watching them grow. We do this with everything in our life, right? Our words are seeds and things grow from them, whether they are positive or negative. So striking the balance is very important. But I'm so excited. And yes, next week in your show is going to be amazing.
Yeah, I am super excited about that too. I think I shot you an email today. So yeah, I am, or maybe, I don't remember, but I got it because I got so many follow-ups, but I am super excited, and I've got to get a couple of those things on here afterwards. But yes, super excited about having you on the show next week.
Yes, everybody, watch out for that. And thank you so much, Deanna, for coming. We are going to ponder a successful collaboration for you with this meditation. That's what I wrote down.
Perfect.
Collaborations are huge. We're also collaborating next week. That's what joining together in a show is like. We're collaborating right now in this beautiful conversation with Rowena and you. So thank you so much. And it's already a beautiful week. So yay, us. Thank you. Thank
Absolutely.
you so
Thank you.
much. Thank you. Yes, of course. Everybody give her a hand, give her a round of applause because it's so awesome to just come together and share in these conversations. Thank you for that, Melem. So let's, this is what this show is about. So I'm going to go ahead and seal these intentions and just chat with you all. We have Libra season. Oh my gosh, this is really sealed. So give me a moment. Oh, I can't even open it. Yeah, leave it to me to not be able to open it. Okay, I have another black paint over here. Libra season is all about striking the balance. And October, the reason why Deanna and I are coming together next week is because October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So I'm looking forward to having that conversation about just, domestic violence, toxic abuse, and all that jazz. And I'm painting this with black paint because that's what we do. We paint it black and then we paint over it. That's like the ritual aspect of my moon show. We're not going to burn anything or do anything like that. We're just going to paint over it and make it nice and pretty. So we have the book for Rowena, striking a balance between a beautiful life from the retreat and the real life. Ugh, we always want to stay on vacation, right? Even if towards the end you need a vacation from your vacation, it's like once you get home, the vacation is so appealing, isn't it? And it's interesting because the thing about going on vacation is like, you step away from the toxicity of your life or the toxicity of your relationships or the toxicity of your work, whatever it is that you're struggling with. You step away from all of that when you go on vacation. And it's like everything is bliss and everything is wonderful and the air is fresh and the sun is there and what a blessing. But then you come home to the same thing you left, right? Your life hasn't changed. So unless you work to change your life, you're going to go home to the same toxicity that you left behind when you went on vacation. So how are you making sure that your life day to day is a sanctuary that you don't need to run away from? Ooh, that's a huge question. That's a huge question to journal. How are you making sure that your day-to-day life is a sanctuary that you don't need to run away from? Ponder that for a second, because I get it, right? There's plenty of things that we don't want to deal with. I guess bills come to mind. All these adulting things, right? I definitely don't want to be dealing with hurricane prep. I would much rather crawl under a rock until the hurricane passes over than to ponder, whether we have enough groceries, whether we have enough batteries, whether we have enough provisions or, flashlights, whether the shutters are in place, like all of these adulting decisions that can be very overwhelming for empaths like me. I just want to crawl under the covers and wake up. It's like, what is the show? The song "Wake Me Up When September Ends." Well, I want to wake up when the storm is long gone, right? Yes. Green Day came through, so thank you so much for Green Day. And these are very important questions because the reality is I need to deal with it, right? We need to figure it out together. I need to figure out the meals, the ice, batteries, candles, all these things. And it's not just my husband who gets to put those things together. It's both of us. Where's the balance, right? Do we have enough things for the toddler? Do we have everything we need in case of emergency, right? And it's like, we don't want to deal with those questions. I totally agree. But we have to. Life is calling us to do those things. So even in a moment of chaos, here's another great question to ponder. Even in a moment of chaos, how am I making sure that I keep the peace within my heart? And I'm not talking about the peace because we're arguing. No. I mean the peace of, the calm during the chaos. everybody's out there freaking out. There's no water anywhere. There's like a toilet paper shortage, just like when the pandemic started. Do you remember that? That was like forever ago, right? And so everybody's on panic mode. But how do I keep the peace within me during these moments of emergency so that I don't overstress myself? Right? And so that hopefully the storm just dissipates. Let's go ahead and plant those seeds right now and hope for the best. That would be amazing if the storm just dissipates into the water and nobody gets affected. It's already like a hurricane category 3, so it doesn't look that good. But needless to say, I have an interview on Wednesday night. It's gonna happen, even though the storm comes on Wednesday. And my Twitter Spaces, co-hosted by the noble Ron here in the audience, that's happening come rain or shine on Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thank you all for being here. What a beautiful conversation. Yes, thank you so much, Deanna. We're going to go ahead and paint something really pretty over this black. And it's going to be a scale because that's what Libra is all about. So let me just see how I can do this and then show you. I'm not Bobby Becker, so my paintings are not 100% Picasso or anything like that. But shoot, I don't even know what a scale looks like. But we're going to go ahead and paint a scale, and it's going to be nicely balanced because that's the intention. It's to balance the scale, to balance our efforts so that everything is in place for peace of mind, stillness, successful collaborations, Rowena's book, all of that interactive playfulness that she's going to be inspired with after today. And then all of the things that we're trying to create. Deanna's meditations and her retreat. I mean, if you already have a wait list, then it's already a success. Because having a wait list shows that people are already hooked with your idea. What more could you want, right? So congratulations on that. It's going to be amazing. And then, ponder all of the things that you want to really bring into your life and the seeds that you want to plant with Libra season, the balance and all that jazz. So here's my little work of art. It's nothing fancy, but there it is. And and I might do it again because this black paint didn't really cover the journaling like I wanted to. But once I open this one, which I wasn't able to open it, this is the one that really seals the penmanship under it. But let's go ahead and do our meditation. How does that sound? And in this meditation, we're going to play around on a seesaw because a seesaw is what goes from one side to the other, right? And so I'm going to walk you through this process of being on the seesaw all on your own. So go ahead. Hello, Chris. Welcome. You are just in time for our mindfulness meditation. So both feet on the ground. And if you're laying down, it's actually better because then you get to really take deep belly breaths, which is even more relaxing. If you're sitting down, your core is already engaged. So it's just, you still get to tap into that vagus nerve, but not as much as if you were getting full belly breaths, but it's okay. Don't panic. We're going to go ahead and put Brain FM app on the meditation setting, and you can find all of these links in the link in the fortune cookie because today I remembered to put it there. Yay! So you can join my newsletter. You can follow me on Instagram. You can buy me a tea if you would like to contribute to my content. You can follow the book club. Everything is on the link in my fortune cookie. So we're going to do a guided meditation. I mean, unguided, because I'll be the one guiding you. So just feet on the ground, eyes closed. Bring your awareness to your normal breathing, just nice and slow. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just be here now. Slow, slow breaths. And with me, you're going to take a deep breath in, nice and slow. We're not in a hurry. Just fill those lungs all the way. Hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release, nice and slow. Slow, slow, slow breath out all the way until you have no air. Hold it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe in again. Nice and slow, 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 deep breath in. Hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let it go. And as you let it go, picture yourself in the darkness, on the cold, dark side of the moon, with both feet on a seesaw. And the thing about the seesaw is that there's no one else with you, just you walking from one side to the other, making it tip, walking to the other side to make it tip. And every single time you walk from one end to the other, it is an effort spent on something that doesn't serve you. So the question is, how to reel those in, how to stand in the center with the seesaw balanced, with equal efforts on both sides. On one side, your business life. On the other side, your personal life. What do I need to implement to strike a balance between these two? What energy do I need to create to strike a balance of joy and peace and harmony between these two aspects of my life? On one side, your social life, the face you put out into the world. On the other side, the real you, who you are at the core, How are you striking a balance between the two? What sort of social interactions are not serving you in a way of authenticity? How can you create moments with your community that really resonate with who you are at the core? Do you even know? How can you create moments of peace, authentic expression, and harmony between these two aspects of your life? With me, you're going to take a deep breath in, nice and slow, just deep breath in. Hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let it go, nice and slow. Slow, slow, slow breath out. Hold it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe in again. Deep, deep, deep. Just fill those lungs all the way to the top. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let it go. And as you let it go, remember that we all ebb and flow. So at any given time, you will inadvertently make your way to one end of the seesaw and tip. And something else will call out at you from the other end of the seesaw, and you'll make your way over there and tip to that other side. And that's life. So how can you strike a balance to remember to make your way back to the middle? To make your way back to what really resonates, brings you peace, stillness, harmony, and of course, the compassion to understand that even if you tip from one side to the other, it's okay. You're safe here, and every effort counts. Bring your awareness to your hand and your hand to your heart. And as you take a deep breath in, just take in all the beauty of this moment. All of the love in every single conversation we have had today. All of the beauty in the efforts for a successful week, whatever that looks like for you. All of the hope for safety, even through the storm. Take one last breath in, deep, 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 nice and slow all the way. Deep breath in, hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, let it go. Nice and slow all the way until you have no air. Hold it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathe in again. Deep, deep, deep. Deep breath in, hold it at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let it go. It's already a beautiful week. Bring your awareness to your feet. Wiggle your toes. Take a nice long stretch. Open your eyes. And come back to me. Yeah. I see Cecilia Grace has joined us. Thank you for being here. And thank you. What a beautiful day this was, and a beautiful conversation. Thank you for joining us to talk about your week, to strategize, to just ponder what we would like for it to look like, because we don't know what's going to happen, right? I mean, take us, for example, over here in Florida, in the Sunshine State, getting ready for this hurricane that's coming. We have no idea what that's going to look like, but we are thinking ahead and planning as if nothing is going to happen, right? We plan for success and then we work through it if it doesn't look the way we want to. And that's another big thing, right? We need to be flexible. That's the compassion aspect of it. You have to be open to life. Right? Especially with a toddler. I mean, I can't imagine what I would feel like if he was sick during one of these episodes. I would probably have to cancel, right? Or make arrangements. So it's so important. Thank you so much, Deanna. Thank you for your message about sending love to all of us here in the Sunshine State. I love you all and I appreciate you for coming. And I am looking forward to many more beautiful conversations with you, Rowena. Thank you for joining us all the way from Australia. I wonder how far you are from Mel. Mel, where are you in Australia? You two should connect. That would be so cool. But Rowena, since it's your first time in my show, I would love for you to find me on other social media platforms if you are there. And you can check this link right there in the link tree on the fortune cookie. You can click on it and it'll take you there. So thank you all for coming. I love you and I wish you nothing but a beautiful, fruitful week. And I will see you all next Moon Day. So thank you for coming, everybody. I love you.